That's not me making up, that's exact figures. We know that at one point it was the 24th biggest killer in the summer. A flu was a bigger killer. So again, I repeat the question, and I'm not going to keep hammering this home. How is this man all over the papers telling us all this shit when he is not elected? He's simply a very rich man. You wouldn't listen to Andrew Lloyd Webber telling us about the fucking future terrorism and the old Kung flu, would you? So why do we listen to this man? Because he's got so much money, he seemingly can buy his way in anywhere, including governments, prime ministers. He can get to presidents and governesses. He can get to Jacinda Ardern, I suppose, if he wanted.
What's up, guys? Welcome to my channel. And today I want to talk about how the whole world is a scam, and I want to talk about how politics is such a scam. And like, the left-right paradigm is simply there to make us choose left or right, where both sides are controlled by a hidden hand. All history has been rewritten, and everything you see in the textbooks or in the news is just some piece of fabrication just to get you to think about one thing or another, one way or another. And America's not a republic anymore, and Canada Canada is a representative democracy, but it's not a democracy. Actually, even if you search it up, it even tells you who is the head of state. It says here, the politics of Canada function within the framework of a parliamentary democracy and a federal system of parliamentary government with strong democratic traditions. Canada is a constitutional monarchy in which the monarch is head of state. So I believe it was in the 1800s where the world was conquered by three different factions. They were the Russian monarchy, the Russian royal family, so the Russian monarchy, Russian royal family, the British royal family, and who was the other one? Oh, I guess Asia, right? The Asian, the Chinese, who knows, Asian family, right? And I mean, there could have been, I think maybe the Middle East, right? But then the point is that these royal families have conquered the world already. And these billionaire families, trillionaire families, they're the hidden ruling class that rule over us. And I've been looking into this for many years. While everyone was studying some specific education, very specific, or everyone was wasting time looking out to go get laid or whatever, partying. I was looking into why is the world the way it is? Like, why are these evil people getting off on bail? Like, why are they getting out of like prison? Like, you know, like example, what's his face? Come on, I can think of his name. The football player that stabbed his wife to death, and then he got O.J. Simpson. How did he get out, right? And then he turns out he's a crook, right? But that's the thing. The justice system has been set up just to protect these high level people, and there are these secret societies that control the world, and people join them, and you can't be anybody. You can't be a millionaire without being part of it. You can't be a billionaire without being part. Definitely not. And there's one trillionaire family that we don't even hear about, but they essentially have been setting up these central banks all over the world, printing money, and these elites they're essentially trying to slowly slave us out. And I mean, it's a rigged system. And you can vote left or right paradigm, but both, it doesn't matter if you're voting, it's who counts it that matters. And I could just see, I used to watch the news all the time, and it would get me riled up, and then I started realizing that the things I was getting riled up about were fake news. And I looked into like why the wars are started, the reasons why this war started or that war started, and you always find out the real cause of the war was some false flag event. Some, like, the Vietnam War was caused by a fake American sub sinking that didn't even exist. And just straight up like 9/11, man. 9/11 was just straight up an excuse to go to the Middle East and start rampaging with the military, the American military, just rampaging throughout the Middle East to set up central banking systems. And they purposely, it's illegal what they're doing. They're not allowed to print the money because they're debasing the American currency, which is why the debt isn't being paid back. They don't care about paying back the debt. They want to rack up debt because they want to enslave the American people. And already every country's governments are sold out already, bought and sold for. They have the highest level politicians in their pocket. America is a corporation, and it's these royal families, the Vatican, all these people who are in control, and these celebrities. They use these influencers to influence us. That's why they always go and they do this ritual, the Grammy Awards, whatever, and they say some propaganda piece like they have to say something about climate change, or they have to say something about something that divides us, like Black Lives Matter, or like it's always the race war. They play the race war card, or the sex wars, or they try to make us believe some lie propaganda, or like there's so many things. And if you look at these celebrities' connections to these people who they hang out with, you're gonna think they're evil people. Like, and once you know what they do behind closed doors, you're gonna really think they're evil. But America is a corporation now, bought and sold for, and the presidents are just puppets. They don't have any authority. They don't have any power. They're just there to deflect. Like, there was this. Then I have two videos here lined up, and I have one from a British chap from UK, and I forgot his name, but he's a really smart bloke. And you should check out his channel. He talks a lot. He's better at speaking than I. But I think he just doesn't see the full picture, because he's asking how is this possible? Like, why is this happening? Because these, like, if I could just play it here, I'm just gonna check it out for 1 second here.
This really is fascinating. I don't like him and I don't trust him, because anybody who's that rich, as wonderful as he is, has to be elected before he can start making decisions on our behalf. And the fact that these world leaders are so in his pocket makes me incredibly nervous.
He was talking about Bill Gates. Like, how is this guy able to have so much influence over the world and predict things, and to get into be able to talk to these government people? Like, it's because he's a billionaire, and billionaires, they don't have rules, and it just shows you this is a two-tiered system, and there's a hidden ruling class of these people, and history is rewritten. Like, if we talk about the American example, I'll just say one quick example: the American Civil War, where it was the South versus the North, right? And I heard that actually it wasn't about slavery. It wasn't about freeing the blacks. It was about that was a secondary goal, but the primary goal was who would have control over the currency of the country. And that's exactly the same with Muammar Gaddafi. He was in Egypt, right? And wasn't he some kind of like dictator, and he got taken out, right? But it's because the reason why he was taken out because he was trying to back his currency. He was trying to make his own currency and back it by gold, and not the American dollar, which is just fake currency. It's not even real money. We're just trading debt notes. they use the news, and if you look into who owns the news corporations, they're all monopolized. They're all owned under one umbrella corporation. Probably it was like about 5 years ago, 6 years ago, or 7 that I discovered that 4 corporations or 2 corporations owned all of American the news corporations, all the news broadcast, the televised stuff, the newspapers, everything. And the same thing in Canada, but now it's probably down to 1, I bet you. And that's why we see the same narrative all the time. Everyone's agreeing with the same things. You can't, if someone talks about the other side, it's fringe. It's conspiracy theorists. Anyway, so and then I have one video to show you of Biden, and it's just going to show you like Biden is just a mind control puppet. He's just he's just there, and he's just like reading a script, but he's like literally goes blank. He's not like a leader. He's just like a puppet. And I'll show you this video later, but I want to talk about how I found that one video. This is the first video I found. It was on YouTube somewhere from some truther channel, and it was showing about. It was called the 1995 Spin broadcast of Bill Clinton. And I forget how it worked, but there was a camera reel that was recording. And in this day, I believe somehow you could actually view the broadcast even if you weren't there. Somehow, if you were on the other end of that line. So someone was able to find this video where they had the camera on Bill Clinton and they were doing makeup, but they left him there for like about, I don't know, like 50 minutes or an hour, and he just was like a zombie, spaced out, just like zombified. Yeah, and just shows you that they're just really like empty shells of themselves. They're puppets. They have scripts, and you gotta look into MK Ultra mind control stuff. I know it sounds like deep, but just look into it, right? It's all out there. It's not like secret or nothing. The CIA, they created a program to control people through like code words. They figured out how to break down someone emotionally and fragment their personality by abuse and torture and different other techniques, and then they eventually get them to a state where they can actually trigger different personalities in the person via handler, someone following them around all the time at all times, and via trigger words. So they can say like code rabbit in their ear, and then they would start acting a certain way. Could be like sexual, could be government, serious, right? It could make them go back into their like beta state where they're just walking around like a zombie. It's really sad actually, but a lot of celebrities are like that. And a lot of celebrities are pedophiles actually, because they were abused as children when they were really young. It's like a cycle. I know it goes really deep, guys, but you just have to look into it, because I'm speaking truth right now, and it's scary. I know if you get upset, I know maybe some of these people, we really like them, but we don't. They're professional actors, guys. Damn, they're professional actors. That's why they're always promoting some certain thing, right? Some fake space program crap, or some aspect of this fake matrix they set up to trick us and keep us in a mental prison. Because that's what the movie The Matrix was about. They're in a mental prison, because that's what they were trying to tell us. And sometimes a lot of celebrities speak out about some truth, but sometimes they end up not living too long. Let's just say that. And so I couldn't find that 1995 spin tape, but maybe someone else could find it. I think YouTube scrubbed it, but I think it might be on that channel that I have a lot of these channels, so I'm subbed to some truther channels, so it's hard for me to find sometimes the video that I saw way back in the day. Sometimes, especially if the channel gets removed, because a lot of these channels get removed that I sub to, they're just honestly, they're not talking hate speech. They're just or they're not stealing content. They're just showing and talking about truth, what they discovered. Because YouTube and Facebook and Google, they all are controlled corporations that control the flow of information. So if you search in the Google search, you're gonna like say some question. If you want to search truth, the lie is going to be the first one that comes up. You have to search at the bottom. You have to keep going through the pages down and go through 6 page, 7, 8, 9, 10, the very last pages. That's when you might get something, but it's the deep web. But yeah, this is a lot of things. So I'll play that video, guys, and thank you for watching. I hope you tune in for this long, and God bless you and your families.
I tell you what, I would like to learn it. Let's do that. They'll come and get it.